So, hello, dear students. Now, again, we will be moving ahead in this chapter number first, knowing our numbers. So, here I have written the first question of today, and the question is find the smallest and the greatest numbers which are rounded off to the nearest as 900. Okay, means you have to find out one smallest and another greatest number. If you are rounding that off to the nearest 100, sorry, here I had to write 100, to the nearest 100, so the answer should be coming how much? 900. Okay, so one would be there the smallest number and another would be there the greatest one. So two numbers you have to tell me, one smallest and another the greatest number. If you are rounding those numbers to the nearest hundreds, so answer should be coming 900. So can you tell me the number? Let's say if I would take a number here, let's say it is 449. Okay, now if you are rounding it off to the nearest hundreds, so answer would be how much? Nearest 100. So for the hundreds, nearest 100, you are going to check the tens place. So tens place is 4, which is less than 5. So if it is less than 5, you are not gonna add 1 here. So it means answer would be 800, means 800. So if you are rounding it off to the nearest 100, so answer is coming how much? 800. So I would take now the number which is just greater than 849, and greater than 849 is which one now? 850. Now just round it off to its nearest 100. Okay, now for rounding it off to the nearest 100, so we would check the tens one place. So which number is there at the tens place? It is 5. So as I had told you, if the number which is at the tens place is 5 or more than 5, then you are to add here 1. So here it is 5, so you will add here 1. So if you are adding 1 here, so 8 plus 1 is how much? 9. And in place of tens and ones you write there 0. So you can see this would be the smallest number if you are rounding it off to its nearest 100. So answer would be 900. So what is the smallest number here? 850. Okay, now you have to check the greatest number. If you are rounding that off to its nearest 100, so answer again would be how much? 900. So let me check a number 950 now. So if I'm rounding it off to its nearest 100, so which number is there at the hundreds place? It is 9. And which number is there at the tens place? It is 5. So to round it off to its nearest 100, so I would check the tens one place. So which number is there at the tens place? It is 5. So as I've told, if the number is 5 or more than 5, then you are gonna add 1 here. So it is 5. So you would add here 1. So answer would be how much? 9 plus 1, 10. And in place of tens and 1, you write there 0. So answer is coming thousands. So answer should be there 900, but it is coming 1000. So we would not take that number, that is 950. So I would take the number which is just less than 950, and the number would be 949. Okay, now check this number and round it up to its nearest 100. Okay, so if I round it up to its nearest 100, so number which is there at the hundreds place, that is 9, and the number which is there at the tens place, that is 4. Now if you are rounding it up to the nearest hundreds, so you would check the number which is there at the tens place. So which number is there at tens place? It is 4. So it is less than 5. If it is less than 5, then you are not to add here 1. So not adding na. So you write here 9, and in place of tens and ones you would write there 0. So what would be the answer? Greatest number, if you are rounding it off to its nearest 100, so answer is coming 900. So greatest number is 949 and the smallest number would be 850. So this is how you would find out the answer of the question like this. Okay, now let me write another question. Okay, same sort of question again I'm giving. Write down the question. Find the smallest and the greatest number which are rounded off to the nearest 1000. Here I am writing 1000. Nearest 1000. This is the second question now. Nearest 1000 as 9000. As 9000. So now here you have to tell me the answer. If you are rounding those two numbers to the nearest 1000 now, so answer would be how much? 9000. So what would be the smallest and what would be the greatest number that you have to tell to me? So can you tell me the smallest number which if you are rounding that up to its nearest 1000, so answer is 9000. So let's check starting from 8449. Okay, now let's check this. 8449 or more than 449. I'm checking this about 499. Okay, so this is the number 8499. So let's find its nearest 1000 first. So answer should be coming how much? 9000. Okay, so this is the 1000 place number. Which number is there in the 1000 place? That is 8. So you would check the number which is there at the hundreds place. So at the hundreds place the number is 4. So it is less than 5. Then you are not to add here 1. So answer would be how much? 8000. But answer should be 9000. So you would not take that one number, means 8499 would not be the number. So what would be the number then? Number would be more than this. The number I am taking, that is 8500. I am taking more than this. So just round it off to its nearest 1000 now. So which number is there at the thousands place? 8. And which number is there at the hundreds place? 5. If the number is 5 or more than 5, then you have to add here 1. So it is 5. So you would add here 1. So if you are adding 8 plus 1 would be equals to 9. And in place of 100, 10s and 1s, you would write there 0, 0, 0. So yes, answer is coming 9000. So this is the smallest number. This would be the smallest number. If you are rounding it off to its nearest 1000, so answer is coming how much? 9000. So smallest number would be how much? 8500. So this would be the smallest number. Now you have to find out the greatest number. So greatest number would be, just you take the greatest one now. So let's I am taking the number A, 9500. This is the number I am taking. If you are taking here writing here 500. So if you are rounding it off to its nearest 1000, so it is 5 here. So it means you would add here 1. If you are adding here 1, so answer would be there 10,000 then. So it means you would take the number which is just less than 500. So answer is 499. So this would be the number. So just round it off to its nearest 1000 now. If you are rounding it to its nearest 1000, so you would check the number which is there at the hundreds place. So at the hundred place the number is 4. So it means you are not to add here 1. If you are not adding, so you would 9 as it is. So in place 100, 10s and 1s, you would write there 0, 0, 0. So answer is coming 9000. So this would be the number. So number is which one now? 9499 would be the number. If you are rounding it off to its nearest 1000, so answer again would be coming how much? 9000. So what would be the smallest number? Smallest number is 8500 and the greatest one is 9499. So this was the second question for today. Now write down the next question. If you have written this, question number 3. Question number 3. Estimate the following by rounding off each factor to nearest 100. Question is, estimate the following by rounding off each factor each factor to nearest 100. To nearest 100. So the first question is 730 plus 498. So what you have to do here, are you knowing? You have to round each of the factors into their nearest 100, then you have to add them. Okay, so can you tell me the nearest 100 of 730? Means you have to round this number 730 to its nearest 100. Then again you have to round this 498 to its nearest 100 again. Okay, so can you tell me the nearest hundred of 730? So if you are to round it off to its nearest hundreds, so you would check the place which is there at the tens place. So you would check the number which is there at the tens place. So which number is there at the tens place? It is 3. So if it is 3 means less than 5, so means you are not add to here 1. So if you are rounding it off to its nearest hundred, so answer would be same, that is 700. Now round it off to its nearest hundreds. This is the 100, this is the tens place. So at the tens place the number is more than 9, more than 5. So if it is more than 5, then you have to add here 1. So answer would be 4 plus 1 is 5. So in place of tens and 1, you would write that 0. So this is how you would round these numbers to the nearest hundreds. So we have rounded them off. If you have rounded them off to the nearest hundred, then you have to add now. So 700 plus 500, answer would be coming how much? 1200. So this would be the answer. Okay, so this is how you would solve the questions which are like this. Okay, so here I am giving some more questions. This was the first question of this type. Now second question. Write down. 796 minus 314. Do it on your own. Round both to the nearest 100, then subtract them. Next question. 875 minus 384. So these are some questions which you have to do on your own. Okay, now the next question is same like that. Question is, you keep writing also. Okay, estimate the following by rounding off each factor to nearest thousands. Now here I'm writing to nearest thousand. Okay, so the first question here is 12,904 plus 2,888. This is the first question. So you have to round it off to its nearest thousand now. So which place you would check? You would check the thousand place. So for rounding it off to its nearest thousands, so you would check the place, check the hundreds place now. Okay. So now the number which is there at the hundreds place is more than 5. So if it is more than 5, then you are to add here 1. So if you are adding here 1, so 2 plus 1 would be 3 and 1 is 1. And in place of 100, tens and 1s, you would write there 0, 0. So this would be the nearest thousand of this. Next, you are to find out the nearest thousand of this one number. So 1001, the number which is there at the thousand place is 2. And you would check the number which is there at the hundreds place. So number is more than 5. So if it is more than 5, then you have to add here 1. So if you are adding here 1, so answer would be 2 plus 1 would be equals to 3. And 100, tens and 1s, you would write there 0, 0, 0. Now just add it. So answer would be how much? 16,000. So this is how you are to find out the answer, where you are to round the numbers to the nearest what? Thousand. Okay. So now the next question here, I'm writing on the board. Next question is, if it is visible. Okay. Next question is 28,292 minus 21,496. So this is the question which you have to solve on your own. Okay, so this is how you would solve the question. Now we would be moving towards the third question, means the next one question. Next question is, estimate the following by rounding off each number to its greatest place. Here is the question. Again, very important question. Write the question. Estimate the following by rounding off each number each number, by rounding off each number to its greatest place. To its greatest place. The first question here is 439 plus 334 plus 4319. So means here you have to round these numbers to their greatest place. Okay. So how to do such questions? So just look here, which number is there at the greatest place. So greatest place here is ones, tens, 100. So 101 is the greatest. Means this is the number which you have to where you have to round it off to its nearest 100. And here also greatest place is 100. Greatest place, up to the greatest place you have to round them off. Okay. So here greatest place is 100. So you would round it off to its nearest 100. So here greatest place is which one now? Here greatest place is 1000. So this number you would be rounding it off to its nearest 1000 now. Okay. So if you are rounding it off to its nearest hundreds, so you would check the tens place, less than 5, not adding. So answer would be same, that is 400 plus. If you are to round it off to its nearest 100, so again you would be checking the number which is there at the tens place. So again it is 3, less than 5, not adding. So answer would be same, like 300 plus. Again this is the number which you would be rounding it off to its nearest 1000 now, because the greatest place is here 1000. So for checking the 1000 place, you are to check the hundreds place. So 100 place, the number which is there at the hundreds place is less than 5. So if it is less than 5, you are not to add here 1. If not adding, so you are to add, you are to write as it is, means 4000. So just add them, you would get the answer. Okay. Answer would be how much? 4700. Okay. So this is how you would solve the question like this. Okay. Second question I am writing. 9 multiply 795. So how would you solve this question now? So here the greatest place is ones place. Okay. So if it is at the ones place, though this is nearest to 10. So its nearest value is 10. So similarly here also its greatest place is here hundreds place. So if you are, means you have to round it up to its nearest hundreds. So if you are rounding it up to nearest 100, so you check the tens place. It is more than 5. So it is more than 5. You are to add here 1. So 7 plus 1 would be 8. And in place of 10 sign you would write there 0, 0. So answer would be 8000. Okay. So now the third question. Third question is 878 divided by 78. Just do it. Again, if you can do it. Okay. Just see how to do. Let's say it is 30. Okay, 78 then. Okay. So first you round it up to its nearest, because greatest place, which place here? Hundreds place. So round it up to its nearest 100. And here greatest place is tens place. So round it up to its nearest tens. So then divide. You would get the answer. Question number 4. 4489 divided by 394. So here you would round it up to its nearest 1000 and this one nearest 100. Okay. So this is how you would solve the question. Now the next question. Next question is, write the expression for each of the following statements using brackets. Write the expressions for each of the following statement using brackets. Statements using brackets means, using brackets you have to write the expressions for the following. Okay. So first question here I'm writing the first one. 4 multiplied by the sum of 4 multiplied by the sum of 13 and 7. 13 and 7. This is the statement. This is the statement. You have to write the expression for this now. So what would be the expression for this? Here 4 multiplied by means this is the number 4. You are just multiplying it by what? By the sum of 13 and 7. By the sum of 13 and 7. So you would write this in bracket. So this is how you would write the expression for this statement. 4 multiplied by the sum of 13 and 7. So the sum of 13 and 7 you would write it in bracket and then multiply. So only this is the answer. Do not solve it. Only the expression you have to write. Okay. Similarly, the next question. Next question is 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by the difference of 4 from 9 multiplied by the difference of 4 from 9. So here also 8 multiplied by, so expression would be 8 multiplied by, then bracket, the difference means subtraction of 4 from 9 means you have to subtract 4 from 9. So 9 you would write first, then later you would write 4. So this is the expression for it. Only this is the answer. Okay. Now third one question is divide the difference of 28 and 7 by 3. Divide the difference of 28 and 7 by 3. Okay, so here how would you write the expression? Divide the difference means here you have to divide. What you have to divide? The difference of 28 and 7. First you are to subtract 28 minus 7. This is the expression. Then you are to divide this by what? By 3. So this would be the expression. Okay. So now question number 4. The sum of 3 and 7. The sum of 3 and 7 is multiplied by each multiplied by the sum of 3 and 7 is multiplied by the difference of 12 and 8. The difference of 12 and 8 means here how would you write the expression? The sum of 3 and 7. Sum. Okay, first try it yourself first. Okay, within 10. Let me count up to 10. Just solve this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Solved. Okay, let's match with me. Okay, the sum of 3 and 7. So sum of 3 and 7 is 3 plus 7. You would write this in bracket. Is multiplied by the difference of 12 and 8. So 12 and 8 you are to subtract and you would write this again in bracket. So this would be the expression for this. Okay, are you getting this? Okay, this is how you would solve the question. Now we would be moving towards the next question and it would be the last one now. Last question for today. And the question is, write down the question. Simplify each of the following. Simplify each of the following. So how do you simplify? Question number 1 is, for simplification you should know this bod mass rule. Okay, so let me write some questions here. 124 minus 12 minus 2 multiply by 9. So how do you solve this now? Okay, now you should know this BODMAS, that is bod mass, bracket of divide, multiply, add and subtraction. So at first you would open the bracket. So which bracket you can see here? This one is the bracket. So rest as it is you have to write, means 124 as it is you write, minus, then now solve this. First you open the bracket. While you are opening, just what is there inside? 12 minus 2. So 12 minus 2 would be how much? 10. So bracket has been opened, and outside it is 9. So bracket opened. Then after opening the bracket of nothing else, and divide also not there, means multiply is now here. So now you would multiply. Do not subtract this. First multiply this. So answer would be 124 as it is you have to write, minus 10 9 ja 90. Then ultimately you have to subtract this. Now subtract both these, you would get the answer. Answer would be how much? 34. Getting this? Now write down the next question. Okay, let me write it here. Next question is 13 plus 7 multiply by 9 minus 4, then minus 18. Here again, at first you would open the bracket. Here two brackets we can see. Open this also as well as this also. So 13 plus 7 would be 20, multiplied by 9 minus 4 would be 5, then minus 18. Now after opening the bracket, what you should do now? Divide. Division is not here, multiplication is here. So first you multiply 25 ja how much? 100 minus 18. So 100 minus 18, how much is the answer? Just subtract this, you would get the answer. 10 minus 8 is 2 and 9 minus 1 is 8. So 82 would be the answer now. Okay, so this is how you solve. Now let's move to the third question. 210 minus 14 minus 4 multiply 18 plus 2 minus 10. Do it yourself first. Open this bracket, then multiply, then subtract again. Okay, solved. Just fast, take 2 minutes more. Just try to solve it. Okay, just pause the video and solve this. Okay, and then later match with me. Here I am writing 210 minus 14 minus 4 is 10. 18 plus 2 is 20. Open the bracket, minus 10. Now you have to multiply first. Do not subtract first, because multiplication comes before subtraction. So 20 multiply this. So it would be 10, 210 minus 200 minus 10. Then again first you subtract this, then again subtract. 210 minus 200 is 10 minus 10. So again answer is 0. So this is how you would solve the question. Okay, so now see you in the next lecture, where we would be knowing about the Roman numbers. Okay, so if the Roman numbers are more than 1000, like means coming in 10,000, so how do you write those Roman numbers? So in detail we would be discussing in the next lecture. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching.